So here we are looking at the top 100 questions startup founders have, numbers 11 and 12. What state to form in? Well, probably the one you are in right now, at least for now. We can end the bad information out there now. You do not have to be a Delaware corporation to get an investor. Historically, Delaware had the most robust and business-friendly corporate and tax law. They did this deliberately to attract businesses. It was a smart move on their part to bring all those businesses to the state. Over time, then Nevada quickly got into that game. Now, more and more states are creating favorable corporate environments. The Delaware Corporation is not what it once was. In fact, even if we were to weigh the options of only those two, Nevada might even be better. But again, so many states have come on now that Delaware is a consideration. The Chancery Court has much case law, which makes Delaware attractive as it used to be, that one can predict better results of lawsuits. This may not be so consistent anymore. Other states are coming on strong, and they have favorable tax environments as well. This is why you see many companies leaving Delaware for elsewhere. Delaware is your father's corporation. Now you find this the case with those who think they need a Wyoming LLC. You do not. Wyoming was the first state to recognize an LLC. There was no such thing as a limited liability corporation anywhere else before that. It was such a new and novel concept, legally treated as a corporation, a separate entity, but taxed as a sole proprietor or partnership once. The best of both worlds. And without the formalities of having to keep up a corporation. You can see why business flocked to Wyoming. Yes, tax law is favorable, and the law is robust because it has been going for so long, but other states have caught up, likely the one you are in. Sure, there are some states that have such high taxes you would not want to do anything in them. But about half of the states adopted what is called the Uniform Limited Liability Act, later the Revised Uniform Limited Liability Act. This mostly made the law about the same in most states. Interesting enough, the states that did not adopt these laws basically took the crux of them and simply made some changes they wanted unique to the state. So they are still very much the same. In essence, the Delaware Corporation and the Wyoming LLC are going the way of the buffalo. You are likely better off just starting as a LLC in the state you are in. Then when you get investors and need the formality of a corporation, you can use their money to move over to a corporation in a state that makes sense at the time. Keep your life simple. One thing to remember is that even if you have a Delaware corporation, you likely have to also register as a foreign corporation in the state where you and your management team are. This is Nexus, so you likely have to have a registration there anyway. More taxes, more regulation. Keep it simple. When you have to go C corporation, you can pick a state later, when you have a strategy and some investor money to make it happen. So the nonsense out there that you have to be a Delaware corporation to attract an investor is pure nonsense. In fact, it was never true, even when Delaware corporations were all that. You should learn more about this in detail through our related courses at startuplife.studio.